You are an omnidirectional, three-dimensional being living in a 3D world. I'm not talking about some avatar in the metaverse. Oh my god, I used the M word, slap me silly. No, I'm talking about this real world that we are living in. You are a 3D being. You exist omnidirectionally. Yes, you are an alien living on Earth. No, you're not an alien, you're human. Let's get back to that by moving up and down and left and right and sideways and all around. And that's what this episode is all about. It's easy these days to forget that we are 3D, three-dimensional beings existing and moving along multiple planes, multiple directions, X, Y, Z, axis, etc. Yeah, we look at pictures, we look at the phone, the computer, Zoom, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of these things. And on that, we see this kind of 2D representation of ourselves. And I'm not saying that's like tricking us into thinking that we are 2D, but it's definitely not helping us remember that we are three-dimensional and that we must move and exist along all of these different planes of our being in the world in order to be happy, healthy, and free. And so that's what this episode is really about. I'm not going to get too much into the specific examples and exercises of things that you can do to move along, move through this world, move through your own body. But instead, it'll be a bit more of an overview, a reminder of the different directions that we can move. And hopefully by the end of this, you will be able to kind of play around with your different body parts, your eyes, your neck, your arms, your legs, etc., and just play around with them, move them in different ways, and feel, hey, maybe this is somewhere where I was stuck. Maybe I hadn't moved left or right or forward or back or spun around in this way in a very long time. I tend to get trapped into one kind of place in this world, this one place in my body. Okay, so just reminding ourselves, oh, there are all these different directions in our existence, in our body, in this world, that can kind of snap us out of that picture, that 2D still frame, that dumb YouTube video that we feel we are, but deep down we feel we are not. Yeah? Our habit tells us that this is what we are, that we move and talk and think and act like this, but sort of deeper, more primordial, childlike thing inside of us, a spirit, tells us, hey, no, this is only a sliver of what is possible. So yes, I'm talking about actual movements, going forward and backward, left and right, spinning around, spinning this way and that, all these different directions that we can literally move our body parts, our eyes, neck, jaw, mouth, tongue, legs and arms, and all kinds of everything in. But it's also a kind of metaphor. Well, not even. It translates into actually moving into new possibilities, new actions in the world that we live in. As I move through this episode, I'm going to gradually and progressively go deeper and deeper into the specifics in all of this. If you don't want to listen in, the main summary, main takeaway is basically each one of your body parts can move left, it can move right, it can go up, down, inward, sort of backwards, almost like it's going behind your head, going, back there, back, and you can go forward. And also, there's all the other diagonal and spinny kind of directions that you can go in. So yeah, that's the basic point. You can extrapolate from that everything. You can play around with each little finger, body part, whatever. I'm going to talk about some of the big body parts, kind of apply this to those, so you can keep listening if you want to hear that and my little philosophies and whatnot. But if you don't got time, yeah, just remember there are all these directions, so just move different parts of your body in each of those different ways. If you want to do it together, keep on listening. Actually, we don't really need to break the body parts up into parts. Let's just talk about the body itself. And yeah, we might hone in on some of these little PARTSs here and there, but let's just think about the body in general. So what do we got? Let's think about left. Yeah. What can you move left? Well, left and right, left, right, left, right. You can do this with your eyes. It's like tune, 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 tune. Do that. Do some of that. Yeah, you can do it with your neck. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Do it slow. Do it fast. Don't do it too fast. Don't break your neck. Oh my God, that's gonna last. That's gonna do some damage. Yeah, don't do that. Do it with your legs. Kind of kick your legs out. Kick them in. Kick them in. Kick them out. Swing your arms left and right. You could do each of these things individually. Just move your eyes. Just move your neck. Just move your arms. Or you can start stacking them on top of each other to get even more powerful kind of almost hypnotic effect going on. So yeah, first, like what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my eyes left and right, left, right, left, right, left, right. But now I'm going to move my neck along with it. Left, right, and just do that, And yeah, normally when you move your neck left, your eyes are going to move left anyway, and right. Same thing's going to go on. The neck's going to turn right. The eyes are going to turn right. Actually, a lot of your body parts, as we've learned in Feldenkrais, oh my God, the word's back again. I'm going to make sure I use this word at least once in every episode in the future. I'm just kidding. Don't worry. It might come back. It probably will come back, but not every episode. Yeah, you tend to move your whole body together, but not always. So just to remind ourselves of that, let's kind of deliberately and consciously do some kind of synchronized movements with our body parts. Yeah, we can do it with a voice now, as we learned in the last episode with Angela Clark. Love you, Angela. Yes, we can go left, right with our eyes and our neck, maybe even our ears. If we could get some kind of sounds like bloom, 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 go in each direction. Do that, and then with your voice, do a little like kind of like E sound. E is it's a horizontal. You're going basically you're moving along this horizontal plane that I'm calling left and right, but you could just call it horizontal, sideways. Yeah, so move sideways. You can even do some kind of like, I don't know, sideways lunges or something to kind of move along there. There's all kinds of things you could do. Like I said, I'm not going to list out every freaking possible exercise. I'm going to let you kind of explore these possibilities yourself. But yeah, just remember you have all these different pieces of your body, and each of them can go along this horizontal plane. Move them, do this with each individual part. Do it together with your whole body. Stack things on top of each other. That can produce a pretty powerful effect. And as a general rule of thumb, when we make these lateral movements from left to right, even if it's just with our eyes or just with our ears with some sound, or just with our arms or neck or whatever, when we make these lateral movements, that usually produces a kind of relaxing anti-anxiety, anti-fear effect. It reduces activity in the amygdala and other anxiety centers in the brain. This is also why when, for example, we're walking down the street, we feel better. When we're generally moving, we feel better. It's not just the movement itself or the sunlight or the big open sky. Yes, these things certainly do also help, but it's these lateral movements that we naturally, almost unconsciously make when we are walking. Yeah, you might call this optic flow. We turn our head left to right, move our eyes left and right. Our whole body kind of swings a little bit left to right when we're walking. It doesn't have to be walking, but that's one domain in which this tends to naturally happen. It's also in cycling and running and even swimming to some extent. But you can sit in your chair in your room and do this pretty much anywhere. Like I said, you can do it with just your eyes or just with this part or that. But my guess is that the more completely embodied you are with this, the more you move your entire being left and right, horizontally in these lateral movements, the more powerful the effects will be. I don't have any science backing this up yet, at least I haven't found it, but just try it for yourself and see how you feel. Okay, next, so now we've talked about the lateral movements. I could have dug in a lot more there, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I might devote future episodes to that specific topic, but let's move literally into a new direction. Let's go forward and back. We often go forward. This is not usually a problem for us, though it might be if, for example, you're suffering from depression. But in general, we look out into the world. Our face is facing forward. Our arms are facing forward. Our legs, basically our body is set up for forward motion. Yeah? No coincidence? When we're basically forward focused and we're kind of lasered in on something in front of us, yeah, we are more action-based. These action-based neurochemicals, neuromodulators like dopamine, adrenaline, norepinephrine, the hormones and neuromodulators and all that, these chemicals are being produced, are being released. There's this excitement, there's this alertness, there's this energy. Yes, that's what going forward will do, literally and metaphorically. So if you want to increase focus, increase energy, increase sympathetic arousal, yeah, move your body forward. Punch. Look at something like really narrowed in, close up. Kick forward. Just swing your arms. Do the crawl stroke. Fly like Superman. You can do this with literally any body parts. You could bob your head, just rocking your head up and down like they do in the rock concerts, head bashing or whatever you want to call it. You could do this with your tongue. You can flick your tongue out, like, stick your tongue out. It's kind of crazy. It's very, very interesting how all of these movements that we think of as sort of these aggressive moves, or these sort of action, really high action moves, are going forward. They're going along that direction in front of us. The tongue out, the eyes kind of popping out, lasered in on something, the neck jutting forward. What? You want some of this? You want some of this? Kicking, punching, etc. Wow. Yeah, but we don't want to be locked into that high focus, high energy mode all the time. That sympathetic arousal also comes with a lot of things that could turn into downsides later on down the road. There will be stress, there will be cortisol, there will be increased heart rate, blood pressure, etc. While that's great, we want to get things done for good or evil. It's not so good when we want to relax or connect with others or not die, not overload our system. So let's also learn how to go back, how to not just go in front of ourselves, but let's remember about the backside of us, everything behind us. We can't actually move our eyes to the back of our head, but imagine, like, if you could, what if your eyes are kind of going back? You might just imagine that they're kind of going out a little bit, off to the sides, along this horizontal plane, but maybe almost kind of back. This might only be an imagination exercise, but you could kind of do this by literally closing your eyes. When you close your eyes, because that world in front of you is sort of gone, your eyes feel like, for me at least, it's sort of this perception that my eyes are kind of going back along the other horizontal plane. It's almost as if my eyes have disappeared entirely, and as a result, I'm kind of literally just in the center of this black, vast emptiness of my head. And yes, that kind of eliminates the eyes, kind of deleting the eyes, but they're there, you feel them, but you're kind of moving them back just a little bit. That could help. With your arms, just kind of stretch your arms back, do kind of a pulling movement. This is also why, in the gym, we don't just do the pushing movements, not just a bench press and the shoulder press and the leg press, all these presses, right? We also need to do pulling movements if we want to have a complete physique and not get injured. If we want to actually optimize the growth of our chest, for example, we do also need to focus on the back. We can't just do the quads, we got to do the hamstrings. I'm not going to turn this into a little gym lesson. I'm not a personal trainer or anything like that, but the same kind of concept goes on with all the other parts of our bodies, our eyes, our neck, our mouth, our voice, all of that, okay? So just as you would do kind of a push-up with your arms, with your whole body, you can also do these kind of push-ups with your eyes, right? You're going, I'm not talking about these pencil push-ups, but yes, you could literally do those pencil push-ups. Google those, YouTube those. But part of that is like the pulling action, going back. So what about eye pull-ups or neck pull-ups? Don't literally tie your eyeballs up to the pull-up bar or pull the lap machine with your neck. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is more like going back, pulling back. The way you can literally stretch your arms back, and kind of your chest is going forward, but your elbows and your hands are back there. Same thing with your legs. You kind of kick your leg back. You could pop your booty out, like boom, just pop it out. let it project out backwards. That feels nice sometimes. It feels nice to kind of go back, just kind of lean back. We do this when we sleep. Literally, we just fall backwards. Well, maybe sideways, but we're kind of like falling back and going in another direction, not forward at least. We're sitting still. We're falling backwards, and we need that balance. Maybe that's part of why we need sleep. We're moving forward all day. Now it's time for us to kind of stop, or perhaps even move back a little bit, pull back into our inner world. You could do this with your tongue, I guess. Like in Hindi and some of these Indian languages, they move the tongue back and produce some sounds like that, like just put your tongue in your throat, almost like I sound like freak, but would you rather be a freak, a healthy, happy, free freak, or like a flat, monotone, unhappy, freaking chained to society, rich dude? I guess you're going to choose the last one because I said rich dude at the end. You love that. Everyone loves some of that money these days, don't they? Yeah, they'll take it and they'll sacrifice anything for it. Just be careful. You are a 3D being, and that money will sometimes trap you into the shape of a $100 bill. Chasing all those objects will turn you into the shape of a box. Maybe a freaking blockhead. Blockhead, not even that. Freaking Paper Mario head. Okay, like I said, I would love to go through every little particular exercise for each body part, but I think that's just not going to happen today. That'll get overwhelming. But here's 100 exercises for feeling everything. Like, come on, man, we don't need that. But yeah, in general, going forward is going to kind of get you into action. Sympathetic arousal, not sexual arousal, but yeah, sexual arousal too, perhaps. Obviously when you project your genitals forward, that's also kind of producing the same effect. Yeah. Our lips going out, kissing, all of that. But that's not really the point of this episode. But yeah, you can do all that too with this. Or going inward, going the opposite direction. That's going to produce the opposite effect. It's going to get you more relaxed, more kind of like, oh, I'm good, I have enough. I don't need to go out there and chase things anymore. I don't need to move forward and punch and kick and grab and eat and all that. I don't need to get junk. I got stuff, so I'm just going to lay back and relax and enjoy what I already have. You get that serotonin now. You get the GABA. You're like, ooh, I'm feeling good. I am enough. This is all good. So got to move back into yourself here and there. Don't just let yourself get stuck projecting out there into the world going forward. You can go backwards as well. And as we mentioned before, side to side. As Angela explained in the previous episode, all this stuff you could do with your voice as well. Just think of which sounds sort of move your face or your lips, your jaw forward. I'm thinking of sort of the M's, the P's, the B's, these sounds that sort of use the lips. M, P, B, M. Yeah, those kinds of consonants go M, P, B, as well as vowels that go ooh. The cow goes moo. The wolf goes ho. Yeah, mix those animal sounds. Get yourself out there in the world, amp things up or calm things down by maybe making some little sheep sounds. Ma, ma. Yeah, those are going in. Yeah, typical sheep. Gonna have to balance that sheep stuff out with maybe some owl. Hoo, 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 hoo. And then back to the sheep. Ah, ah. Man, turn yourself into a freaking farm, a funny farm, animal farm. Yeah, whatever you want it to be. Turn yourself into that zoo. Unleash the beasts. The 3D circus of voices within. Okay, yeah. You can go sideways, E, and there are probably others. I'm not a freaking linguist, phonologist. And you can go back. You can go backwards into like oh, I'm not going to tell you all of them. You just feel it with yourself, play around with your voice and see, okay, and this one's feeling kind of sidewaysy. This one's kind of going in. This one's kind of going out. And just move along those different directions. If you sing songs, you're naturally just getting moved through this range. So that's kind of one cool way to do it. Chant, just close your eyes and let yourself go wild in whichever direction you want to go in. That's pretty cool. That's totally cool. I give you permission to do that. Your neighbors, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to say, but yeah, I'm down for that. And being able to move through this vocal range, kind of go up and out and left and right and wee, 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 and spin around with your voice and with your face, that's a sign of health. That's a sign of a sort of healthy, regulated nervous system. Humans communicate and perceive safety through other human beings through these facial movements, through these vocalizations. When the face is all flat like this, people are like, dude, this guy's not safe. I got to get away from him, But if you're swinging around on this, playing around on this mouth face jungle gym, kind of going, swinging in and out and left and right and jumping around, yeah, they might think you're crazy, but if you're doing it and you're talking to someone, like you're actually smiling and going all these different directions, you can feel it in your face. That's a sign. Oh, this guy, I don't know, maybe he's okay. That's what I would say, at least. Maybe I'm justifying my own crazy mouth behavior. But yeah, I don't know. Do you want to hear like monotone? That's not feeling nice. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear it in yourself even. That's gross. That's total grunge status. Do you want to listen to a little song, even like a songbird? Like, that's not a songbird. That's a freaking busted helicopter. Yeah. That sounds a lot better. When you talk to someone and they're kind of have this sing-songy voice, that's relaxing. You feel safe around them. I think about the mother's lullaby, I'm not going to sing you a lullaby right now because I'm not your mother. Well, maybe I'm your mother. Are you my mother? That was one of my favorite books as a kid, and I think I should read it again because where is my mother? Yes. Okay. Yeah. But the sing-songy voice, the lullabies, that's all good stuff. So sing yourself a lullaby. Move your voice for yourself, for others, to communicate safety to yourself and to each other. By being playful like that, people can say, oh, this guy's not going to fight me. He's just playing. It's a play fight. It's good. It's good stuff. That's comedy. That's conversation. That's love. That's communication. That's language, What's up with these people just blah, 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 just talking in this busted up, freaking rigid manner, just spitting out everything that society has told them to say. They're just like reading this script from a page, from a tweet, from an Instagram post, from the 2D world. No, we got to get 3D. Get that 3D stuff into you. And people are like, whoa, this guy's a human. He's 3D. He talks in 3D. He moves his eyes and neck and mouth in 3D. He freaking beep in 3D. Oh my God. That is some otherworldly orgasm you're going to get right there. Yes, that's it. So yeah, start with one body part, do all the body parts, just like in general, move around, make yourself feel and sound and look and taste, I guess, elevate 3D, be 3D. So stretch in the most wildest way, walk all loosey-goosey, go in and out and push and pull and look out the horizon and look in and zoom out. And you're like, dude, you did not script this episode, and that is correct. But I wanted to share these ideas before they disappeared. This is not the kind of stuff I can just like read a book on or listen to a Huberman Lab episode and rip off. Love you, Huberman, too. Huberman, thank you. I want to rip off all of your episodes. I'm just kidding. No, he's so great. He's so freaking great. Oh my God. I actually wanted to do an episode on OCD, or more specifically OCPD, not the police department, whoop, whoop, not the freaking Orange County Police Department, but the obsessive compulsive personality disorder, because the more I'm learning about this, I think I might got a little bit of that stuff, some of that PD goo up and running up into me. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that did not happen today. I instead did this sort of more imaginative thing that popped into my head, this 3D world that we are living in, that we need to live more in. One last note before we go back into the 2D world. No, do not ever go back there. You can get back here and there, but make sure you do pop into the real stuff here and there too. These days we've been we've been on the screens a lot. We've been using phones and papers and all kinds of 2D stuff, which is cool and all. But soon we are hopefully moving into this world of augmented and virtual reality, and I think that might also be a reminder to ourselves. Yeah, even though it's not real, I guess you might say we're still like in this 3D screen. At least we're going to remember that, whoa, that person I'm talking to has a body, has what looks like a body. I'm moving my arms, I'm moving my legs while I'm talking to this person, because, hopefully we'll have some sort of sensors on ourselves to show our movements. So yeah, that's another sort of hope and positive aspect I have toward VR and AR. I think it'll embody us further. It'll snap us back into our original shape of moving around and left and right and in and out and up and down and everywhere around this world in our being in the world. That'll help us feel healthier, happier, more free and alive. But you don't need to wait for virtual or augmented reality or any of these technologies to come. You can still have your phone. You can have your paper book and all this stuff. But in the meantime, yeah, let yourself get 3D. Move around. Move in all the different directions. You will realize there will be at least one piece of you, one new novel movement. So simple. Just your foot moving backwards just a little bit more, or your eye kind of going up left and right, your tongue moving and swirling around, like, licking your lips. No, I'm kidding. Don't. Yeah, you can do it. It's cool. Yeah, probably do it at home or to someone who's highly attracted to you. Yeah, you'll find a new. It won't feel like a new movement. It'll feel like, whoa, that's not a big deal. But you realize like how much you've been stuck in one position. This is why perhaps sitting for too long causes harmful effects. Staring at the screen for too long does. Just staying home or staying put in one stage in your life for too long can feel pretty bad and actually cause problems. So just move all around. This seems to be a kind of general theme running through this podcast. I haven't expressed it explicitly in this way yet. And I do apologize if this sounded like too much of a ramble, but I wanted to get it out. I'll clean up and digest some of these ideas later on and produce some more specified, hopefully research-backed episodes on some of this in the future. In the meantime, love you. Move around in this world. Turn yourself into not just a Nintendo 64 or a virtual reality game, but become a human being, a 3D version of you, of every direction that is possible. Left, right, up, down. See you everywhere. See you in 360, where the complete, real version of you resides. Plus, when you're 3D, there's just literally more space for all these things inside of you to move around, the traumas to be released, to not get stuck, the freaking kidney stones and all these other rocky substances, clots and things to get jammed up into your being. That's not a scientific claim. I didn't back that up. I'm just saying it kind of makes sense. I'm guessing there'll probably be fewer heart attacks and stuff like that. But once again, I'm not a doctor. I am not a doctor. No, I'm not. But I am a 3D'er, a 3D being, and so are you. So act like it. Now, let's go. Let's make some 3D movements left and right and up and down and boom, boom, boom. Get yourself a trampoline and jump with me. Let's do some backflips and side kicks and little twirly-doos all around this universe. Invite your eyes and neck and ears and legs and arms and all your family and friends and aliens everywhere in and all around you. Come on, friends. Let's get 3D. I just realized that I forgot, or I was kind of neglecting one really crucial direction, which is up and down. Up, down, jump around, pew, 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 jump around. Yeah, up and down. Maybe it's a symptom of the fact that I'm not that tall, that I don't have a lot of up, but yeah, we gotta get up too, so open that mouth up wide. Oh my God, stretch it up and down. Look up, look down, look up, look down. Put your hands up, put your hands up. All right. Let's get up and down and download this and send this episode to 1,000 friends in every direction across your universe.